Grandma by Kiyara Brissette. Why do I relay? I relay simply for my grandma. Her name was Deborah Provost. She inspired my everything, including Relay for Life. She is my hero. She was always there when I needed her. She had 6 grandchildren for whom she would do anything. She was such a sweetheart, always loving everyone around her. She took care of everyone else but herself. She was the most selfless woman you could ever meet. She assisted me and my cousins to raise money to help the recovery from Hurricane Katrina. She was also part of a stitching group. These ladies made anything from clothes and sleeping bags for the homeless to comfort pillows for hospital patients. Some of these pillows were delivered to people fighting cancer. My grandma's cancer story began when she got in a car accident in February 2005. She was driving herself and my younger cousin Katie home. She had stopped at an entrance to get on the highway when another car rear-ended her. She was fine and it was no big deal until she had a seizure a few days later. We brought her to the hospital and they discovered a tumor. They had found brain cancer. From then on, she went to radiation treatments regularly. We, the grandchildren, were told that she would be fine. Soon she was living at the hospital and relearning how to talk, eat, and every other day activities that we take for granted. We visited her very often. I, being the oldest grandchild, asked when Grandma would be better and if she would be able to drive again when she was fully healed. We were still told that she would recuperate and be back to normal. When she went for a recheck at the hospital, it was devastating news. The cancer was already back and growing quickly. I was pulled off to the side and told that she was not getting well again and that she was dying. From that day on, I appreciated her presence much more, but I didn't grasp the fact that I was losing her. A little while later, she had a hospital bed put in her house so she could spend as much time with us as possible. She was stuck in that bed and needed aid with everything from taking a shower to going to the bathroom. She couldn't even feed herself. She was then put on full bed rest. That bed is where I last saw her. One day when my mom got home, she walked in crying. My dad comforted her. He already knew what had happened. After calming down, my parents had my sisters and I sit on the couch with them. My mom told us that Grandma had passed away. I didn't know what to do. I didn't quite comprehend what I'd been told yet. My youngest sister was only 4 years old. She asked what passed away meant. My mom said that Grandma had died. My parents got us a book to help us understand. It was about a curious little girl that was told her grandma died. After my mom read the book to us, I realized what had happened. My grandma was dead. I wouldn't get to see her again. She wasn't alive anymore. I understood, but it didn't sink in. When we went to her wake, it became real to me. My parents and I were the first ones to visit the casket. Looking over at her cold, dead, lifeless body, I grasped the fact that she was gone. I bawled my eyes out. I wanted to reach over and hug her and make her come back, but instead I was pulled away as the others paid their respects. The family was lined up on the side of the room. Everyone came over to us and told us how sorry they were for our loss, but they didn't understand the pain. I lost the most important person in my life. We later went to her funeral, where the letters she wrote to us were read. Again, we all cried like we'd never cried before. She asked me to dance at her funeral, and that's just what I did. I danced my heart out in honor of my grandma, even though it was the worst day of my life. I knew that she would not get to watch me dance. She would not get to watch my dance recitals anymore. She can't see me all dressed up for prom. She can't come to my wedding. She'll never meet her great-grandchildren. She will miss out on so much, but I will miss out too. She won't be there as I grow up. Now, 3.5 years later, I realize that she is at all of my dance recitals, and she will watch me go to prom. She will watch me get married. She will observe from above, for I know for a fact that my grandma is an angel. She is watching over us from heaven. God must have needed her there more than she was needed here on earth. I believe that she is up there in heaven, looking down at me, smiling, telling me that it will be okay and that she loves me. I know she is in a better place now. When she was here, she was suffering. Up there, she is a beautiful angel, happy and not in pain. The angel she is now is a luminous reflection of her soul. My grandma has affected everything that I do, my choices and actions. She was a great woman and still is. She will forever live on in heaven in my heart. She will not be forgotten. She is remembered for her generosity and kindness. She was with me every word in writing this. Every tear shed while writing this was in remembrance of my grandma, the happy and sad times we shared, and the hurt in me for not having her here. I would never have become the person I am today without her. I know she is listening right now, and I want to tell her that I miss her terribly, and I will always love you, Grandma. Why do I relay? My one-word answer, Grandma.